like you know what I'm about, baby.
What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sakira, aka your favorite cosmic fairy. If you're not new, you already knew that, but welcome to the party, you guys. Today's reading is something very interesting, you guys. So I've never done something quite like this. I wasn't gonna post today, you guys, because I had like effed up my finger earlier this week. My nail broke, but it broke like in a bad, it just was a bad situation, you guys. Like my nail was like, it cracked in the middle. It was a lot. But I say that to say I wasn't gonna film today. And yesterday I started getting this really strong feeling like there's a specific message, you have to put this out. And I don't know what the message is, but I just kept getting like specific message. So if you read the title, then you know that this is not a message that's meant for everyone. If you're drawn to this, video, if you've been led to this video, if you felt inclined to click on this video, then there's a message here for you. So let's tune in, right? But if you feel like what's coming out or what's being said doesn't resonate, then that's fine, because again, this is specific and it's not meant to resonate with every person on the planet. Again, if you felt led to this or drawn to this and you clicked on this, there's probably something for you here. But without further ado, let's get into it, you guys. Happy Friday, happy Venus Day. I hope everybody's doing well. You guys, if I sound a little lethargic, it's because your girl is tired and it's raining, which I love, but it does make me, a little bit tired, a little bit sleepy. It's giving grizzly bear vibes because I just want to eat and like curl up in bed, But yes, connecting with the energy of the collective. I just saw Virgo. I analyzed and my chakra, solar plexus did something interesting. So let's see what's going on. For the collective, solar eclipse revolution. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, my God. My solar plexus once more. I'm going to tell you guys what's going on. Mercury mind. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, collective. If you clicked on this video, it's giving vibes of like your self-image, your self-perception. And it's so funny because I've been doing a lot of readings for clients recently. And this has been like a reoccurring theme for so many people at this time, where it's like your image of how you see yourself, right? Your calculation of your self-worth, all of these things are being brought to the surface at this time, it seems, so that we can rework the energies, right? We have second house owning. I feel like, a lot of us right now, when it comes to manifestations, when it comes to the things that we want, when it comes to attracting abundance in our lives, the issue that we're having is, we don't see ourselves as worthy, even if we're not saying this to ourselves. Like sometimes, you may have a subconscious thought that you're not aware of that may say certain things, but it's not that you're looking in the mirror and you're saying to yourself like, hey, you're not worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like in your conscious mind, you would like to think you're worthy, but deep down inside, your core belief doesn't reflect that, right? And I feel like with second house owning, this talks about, your values and also material wealth. And I feel like values kind of align with like, your identity and who you see yourself as, because this reading feels twofold. It feels like manifestation on one end, and it feels like your identity, which is connected to your manifestation, but the need to have a shift, right? Endings that bring new beginnings. I feel like if you're watching this, you're a person who needs to have a cycle where you're stepping into a new version of yourself, because the version of yourself that you are currently is not getting what he or she wants, not in this now moment, right? So let's see what the unseen energy is real quick. Uranus genius. I feel like, this is like true potential energy, you guys. Like a lot of us, we're not tapping into our true potential. If you think about what potential is, right? It's like the ability to be infinite. I feel like when you think about limiting beliefs, it puts a cap on your potential. I feel like some of you guys have been putting a cap on, how creative you are, how smart you are, your creative ideas or your logical ideas, whatever may have you. But I feel like some of you guys have things that you could be doing that is just like, it's insane, it's out of this world, it's so freaking genius. And there's a version of you that may be acting on it and not getting results, or not acting on it at all. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I feel like, again, tying back to the solar plexus, that self-worth, that concept or, perception of self. How do you view yourself? How do you see yourself, right? It's interesting because we have solar eclipse revolution, card 44, right? Which tells me like your internal foundation is what we're talking about, the core of who you are at your being, right? this is, when you think about an eclipse, it's like the light gets blocked out. Some of you guys, your understanding of who you are, it's not, you don't have the clarity, or you don't have the, I'm hearing the truth of, you know, of the matter. Some of you guys, you don't even realize that you are God in human form. It's so funny. This energy, it feels current right now. It feels like a lot of people are going through this. I'm not going to lie. Knowing that you are God's source, right? Knowing that you are, you know, divine energy in a human shell. That's all it is. Like, you're not a human that comes with a soul. You're a soul that comes with a human, literally. Like, that's who you are. When this human shell, you know, materializes back to the earth, your soul will be in existence forever, for eternity, right? And so I say that to say, you guys, this right here is like, it represents to me when you don't really know who you are at your core, like the essence of your being. It's been not blocked from you, but you kind of have blocked yourself off from it. And a lot of times it's limiting beliefs, it's programming, right? Those things that we think that put us in boxes. But I feel like it's really time for us to break out of our comfort zone, and start becoming the versions of ourselves that we're meant to be. If I'm talking to you guys and you're resonating with this, right, you're meant to be doing something on this planet right now. You're meant to be, you know, contributing to the collective in some way where it's beautiful, right? It's masterful, it's creative. And look at this, Mercury mind. This is what I'm talking about, the limiting beliefs that exist within us. This is what needs to shift, because those beliefs shape our identities. It shapes our perception of who we think we are, and emphasis on who we think we are, because you are everything. You are God's source energy in a human body. You are everything. You can be, do, or have it all if you should choose to, right? But some of you guys, like, you have things you want to act on and you may not be acting on it, or again, you may not be getting the results that you want because you have beliefs that kind of contradict what it is that you're looking to be, do, or have. And we're going to talk about it some more. I feel like it's going to come out in the cards more, but I want to move on to a different deck. And I also want to get some agua. They're telling me to do tarot next. Got it. You guys, like, it's so funny. I just dropped a limiting belief Mindful Monday episode, and I created a limiting beliefs reading on my website, because I feel like this is really the heart of the matter these days. Like, more and more people are becoming aware of the ways in which they've been stunting their own growth and keeping themselves away from greatness just by what they choose to think and believe, you know? And what is a belief? It's just a thought you keep thinking over and over. And once you look, the Hangman in reverse with the 9 of Wands. Oh my God, this is it right here. Connecting with the collective, tuning in that needs to hear this message. Strength, I love it. Ace of Wands, I love it. The High Priestess, I love it. We have 3 major arcana out right now. And I really do feel like this message was intentional, you guys. Like, I kept feeling the strong pull to do this, and I understand why. Like, a lot of us, we're in the age of information, you guys. The age of Aquarius. That just, it's not just information like technology and science, right? It's knowledge of self. If there's ever been a time in history to connect to the truth of who you are, I feel it's right now. And that's why a lot of us are waking up and we're realizing certain things. Ace of Cups in reverse, 8 of Cups in reverse, yeah. The Chariot in reverse, there goes that lack of movement. The Devil in reverse, I like it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana out of 10 so far. Well, it was 9, but this is the 10th card, and it's the Knight of Cups, Pisces energy, right under the High Priestess, which is also related to Piscean energy. So overall energy is the 4 of Cups. Yeah. So if you're watching, right, and I keep saying this because, again, like, at any point that you feel this is not resonating with you, please click off, because I know that I'm talking to specific people, and the ones who know, like, if you know, babe, right? And that's just what it is. Like, the 4 Cups, this is this energy of, I'm not happy with the state of how life is right now. And there's options, there's opportunities being presented to you, and your perception of the way you see life, your perception of how you see yourself, it won't allow you to act on these opportunities or to fully embrace whatever opportunity, because you can only experience what you perceive, right? Like, if it's out of your resonance, if it's out of frequency with you, if you're not aligned vibrationally with that experience, you will not be able to perceive it even if it's gifted to you right in front of your face, right? Like, I'll give you an example. The classic, right? Connecting with love and romance. You could be manifesting the perfect partner, right? But if your resonance, if your vibration is the energy of I'm not good enough for a good partner, when the perfect partner is presented to you, right? Or it's in your face, your limiting beliefs are going to project that onto that person. You will either ruin the connection or run the person off, right? And so it's not that you can't ever have the experiences manifest physically for you. It's that you won't be able to engage with them the way that you want to because you're not there yet. I feel like that's where we are right now. Some of us, some of the things haven't materialized. Some of the things for some of us have materialized, and it's either we're not realizing it or we're fumbling the bag, right, so to speak, or we're just like, we're not getting the results we're looking for, even though we have the opportunity to act on something right now. Whatever your limiting beliefs are, let's talk about it, you guys. What's the unseen energy? The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's time to get our shit together. Like, we got to figure this out. And I feel like it's figuring out how to find the balance in life. And it's like as within, so without. The balance starts internally, right? Like, as you work on your internal energy, your outside world will reflect that. It will, it will begin to align with whatever you are innately. And that's on period. But first card, well, let's talk about the first three cards. I like this, right? We got the Hangman in reverse with the Nine of Wands and Strength. The Hangman in reverse is giving vibes of like, some of you guys haven't realized that you're living in a state of illusion, right? When you have a limiting belief, it is an illusion. Because the absolute truth is you can be, do, or have whatever it is that you want. That is the absolute truth for every single person on this planet, right? Every single being on this planet. And so when you consciously know this, then the illusions of I can't, it's not going to work, failure, like those don't exist, right? So I feel like we're living in a state right now, a suspended state, like the Hangman usually does, where we're really trapped in a lot of illusions, where we're really convinced that, we can't be, do, or have everything that it is that we see for ourselves. And I know where it's coming from. I'm going to tell you right now, it's coming from all of the things that you've experienced in your past up until now, where you've experienced failure, you've experienced heartache, you've experienced heartbreak, you've experienced loss, you've experienced financial troubles, you experienced car issues, not having enough, lack, you name it, you've been through it, babe, right? And I feel like those experiences, along with maybe trauma and pain that you also have experienced in your life, and then also along with all of the things, all of the beliefs and programs you've collected over time, those also weigh you down, right? Like, this is a heavy burden somebody is choosing to walk with. And I say choosing because you have a choice. You can choose to let these things go. You can choose to start reprogramming your subconscious mind, right? We're going to get into that. But I'm saying I know where that living in illusion energy is coming from. All of those experiences have contributed to the way you see life, right? And I always say that, your perception is like, think of it as wearing glasses, right? And the experiences that you still walk with are coloring the shades of your glasses. So if you have on pink color glasses, the world, as you put them on, will have a pink tint to it, right? So if you're carrying, trauma shaded glasses, then the world will look like a very traumatic place. You will begin to attract a lot of traumatic experiences based on the fact that you had trauma, you didn't heal from it, and now all you see is trauma around you. So it has to be manifested true, right? The universe cannot tell a lie. What you hold, this is you guys know, my favorite universal law, the law of mentalism. What you hold in your mind will always manifest to be true. For you, not for everybody else, but for you, right? Because we create our own realities. But I say this to say, if you're holding limiting beliefs in your mind, they will manifest and prove you right every time because it's what you're holding in your consciousness, right? So now we have the Strength card. And if you look, the Strength card is facing, I had it this way, is facing the Nine of Wands, right? The Wounded Warrior. That's literally the name of the card, well, the other name for the card. It's like it's going to take a lot of internal strength to overcome what this energy is, all of the things that we've been through, all of the limiting beliefs that we're carrying with us. But it's not impossible, right? This Ace of Wands coming through, it's like you have the divine light from spirit. I even heard the divine go ahead, right? The green light from spirit to go ahead and face look at this. Ace of Wands with the High Priestess is like you have the universe, you have your guides, you have so much supporting you, your higher self backing you as you face these limiting beliefs, as you go deep and heal your trauma, your wounds, your pain. Because all of these things, They need to be put to bed. They need to be put to rest. This is what's keeping us from living the life that we're meant to live. This is what's keeping us in the identity of somebody who's a victim, right? Like a lot of us with limiting beliefs, we believe, or, our beliefs stem from a victim mentality, I'll say, right? Like not having enough, victim mentality. You can manifest more than you are willing to even have in your life, right? Like I love telling people, like your conversations with yourself on a daily basis matter, right? Your thoughts that you're thinking to yourself on a daily basis matters. It all matters because, again, what you hold in your mind will manifest as true every trip, right? And so I say that to say, you guys, going back to, and we got sirens outside, you guys know what that means. Like, I know what I'm talking about, you guys. Like, going back to the idea of like, your identity. A lot of us, we see ourselves as not capable of success, not capable of riches and wealth, not capable of good health, right? Not capable of, finding that dream job, getting that dream car, not capable of having your dream living situation, living space or whatever, right? Not capable of having your business take off and being able to support you, right? All limitations that your ego, your mind has convinced you that it's true. So you're suspended in illusion, right? And so again, maybe it's that, you've experienced some of these things that I just named, right? And so your experience has taught you that this is possible, that this can happen, but everything's possible because you're limitless, you're infinite, right? If you think of any possibility, you can manifest it to be true for yourself. Again, so your experiences where a lot of people think, well, I didn't have that in my mind. It happened and then I thought about it. No, it was subconscious, meaning it was in your mind. You just weren't aware of it. And then it happened because it has to manifest as truth. And then you took it in like, well, this must be true because it happened physically for me, right? A lot of us, we're really programmed and we're caught in illusions that our physical reality presents to us, right? We think it's the other way around. Like, okay, what happens in your real life, then programs your mind, which can be true if you allow it to be, but it really starts with, what you hold in your mind manifests in reality, and then you can observe it and choose to do what you want with it, right? What you will with it. But let's keep going for a second. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. This is giving vibes of like emotional imbalance. It's giving vibes of, not being able to walk away from certain, trauma, certain pains, certain things that, have broken our hearts, certain things that's left us feeling energetically depleted, right? I feel like this is what's keeping us stunted in our tracks almost. This is what's keeping us from, really progressing in a healthy direction, really progressing in the direction of manifestations that we actually want to experience, right? Not the things that we've been manifesting subconsciously or, unintendedly, but the things that we want to manifest deliberately, right? With intention behind it. And then we have, look, the Devil in reverse. It's like, if you want this forward movement to happen, with the Knight of Cups, if you want this forward movement to happen, it's time to come out of your ego. Your ego is the storehouse for every negative belief, every limiting belief, every belief that tells you that you cannot do, be, or have whatever it is that you want. And I'll tell you why, because your ego is a protective mechanism. It lives and it serves to protect you, right? It wants to protect you from emotional pain, physical pain, mental pain, any type of discomfort, any type of trauma. Your ego it's going to go to work, and it's loud and it roars, right? Like the lion. Right? That's why Leos are connected to ego the most, because they're ruled by the sun, which is, identity. It's your ego. It's who you are, your earthly self, right? Your divine, not divine, but your mundane, your earthly personality, all of that stuff, right? But I say that to say your ego being the storehouse of all of these things, it's not a bad thing. Your ego wants to protect you, right? So it's going to tell you not to go after your dream job, because if you fail, it knows that emotionally you'll feel disappointed, you'll feel sad. It doesn't want you to feel those things because it feels it too, and it doesn't want to feel those things at all, right? It doesn't want you to feel it because it's a little selfish. It's like, well, if you feel it, I'm gonna feel it, and let's just not go there, right? That's how it works. And so don't bash the ego. You can't get rid of it. You have to learn how to work with it, right? I feel like it's this energy of learning how to overcome it so that you attain mastery over it. And then you can truly open your heart and follow it where it's leading you, which is right to abundance. It's right to your manifestations. It's right to what it is that you want to be, do, or have. Right? I love telling people to affirm away the negativity. And some people take affirmations lightly. But I know one thing. I've been having a lot of different conversations with myself recently. And when I say different, I mean different in comparison to how I used to speak to myself before. And the way I speak to myself now is like, I don't care what I see in the mirror. I don't care what I see happening around me. I'm only speaking what it is that I want to be in existence, right? I'm not one to like, because for me, you guys, I used to always feel like affirmations are not, they're not helpful because, sorry, y'all know what time it is. Affirmations are not helpful because, my emotions, like I don't feel like it's true. I'm saying like, okay, I have a crap load of money in the bank, and let's say my account is in negative, right? Emotionally, I don't feel like I have so much money is true, and so it makes me feel like it's not working. But your mind is what determines your feelings. Your thoughts create your feelings, not the other way around. So even if, it feels like it's not true, your mind is still being reprogrammed regardless. And the more you reprogram it, the more your feelings will eventually align with your thoughts, right? Think about the energy of thoughts versus feelings. Air is, the element of, the mind and communication. Air, right? And when you think about your feelings, it's water. Now in tarot, the element air is known to be fastest, right? It's the quickest moving energy. Water is quick, but it's not as quick as air. So when you think about the energy of your thoughts are fleeting. You can think one thought in this second and literally think another thought the next second, right? But your emotions, it can be hard sometimes to change how you feel from one second to another, right? Usually your emotions are a little bit more, they stick a little longer, right? They're a little bit more dense. And so I say that to say, even if, your feelings haven't caught up to speed with what you're affirming, affirm it anyway, because eventually it will. And when your feelings catch up to speed with what your mind is thinking, that's chemical X, baby. Now you got the Powerpuff Girls. Now you're manifesting like the unicorn that you are, and that's on period. Look, answering the call, impasse. Look, reflect and redirect your energy. I'm telling you, affirm the negativity away, you guys. It's time. Answering the call is like the time is now. It's time to really take action if you want change in your life, if you want to get rid of these limiting beliefs, if you want to be free, of the reality that you're currently in. And don't do it because you're not grateful for where you are. Gratitude is always the attitude, right? It starts by even affirming how happy you are for the life that you're currently living, because by being grateful for where you're at now and what you have now, the universe will give you so much more. You can't be like, think of it as like spoiled brat energy, like, oh, I don't want this, I want that. Like the universe is not here to play with you and baby you. The universe is like, okay, when you learn that this is good enough, you'll get more, because why would the universe give you more for you to probably not feel like even what the universe is giving you is good enough, right? And then think about it. Let's say the universe gives you something and it's literally about to lead you to your manifestation. But let's say it's like the step in between you and your manifestation. So you go here and it's like you're one step away from the manifestation, but you don't know it yet. And so you're looking at this step like, this is not my manifestation. I'm not feeling this. I'm not happy about this. And the universe is like, okay, well, if you're not happy about this, you're probably not going to be happy about what comes next, even though it's what you asked for, but you're not in the energy of gratitude. So unfortunately, honey pie, we can't give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, in layman's term, how that works, right? We got uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Beneath the surface, you're going to find all those limiting beliefs and you're going to work with them, right? How you affirm away the negativity is this. You basically say the equal yet positive opposite of what the negative belief is. So if your belief is, I don't have enough money, your affirmation is going to be, I always have more than enough. I always have more than what I need and more than what I want. And I'm so grateful, right? But my trick, you guys, and I got this off of a woman I found on TikTok. She's amazing. If you guys want, comment below and I'll give you the information in the description. But she said she forms her affirmations in the style of like a question. And it's like her favorite way to say it is like, how is it possible that I'm the luckiest person on earth? How is it possible that so much money flows to me? And she does this because when you ask a question, your mind automatically starts to look for the answer, which means it's going to make it happen. It's going to look for ways for it to manifest to be true, because again, what you hold in your mind has to become truth for you. And it's not, if you think a thought right now, it's going to manifest. No, you have to give it energy and momentum, because thoughts, they come, they go, right? Not every single thought you think happens, because you probably be in a shitload of trouble if it did, right? But I say that to say the ones that you hold in mind with intention, or if you hold it in mind without intention, but you're thinking about it, you're giving it a lot of energy, those will be the thoughts that manifest. So again, you say the equal yet positive opposite, and you give it some energy, you give it some time, some TLC. You'll see it start to, well, you'll see your emotions start to catch up with it, and then you will see yourself begin to align with it physically, right? Can we get one more for the collective and we'll close out? I said 1, y'all gave me like 10. Okay. For the collective, por favor. Last card to summarize the reading. Grace and gratitude. Can I make this up? I was just telling you guys, gratitude is the attitude. It says through gratitude, joy expands. So again, I can't make it up, you guys. Be grateful for where you are now, for what's happening now. Start to affirm, I'm so happy with the state of my life and it's only getting better. How is it possible that my life is so good and things are just getting better and better and better? How is it possible that I'm so at peace with my life? How is it possible that I'm so whatever you want to say, I'm so joyful, I'm so full of ease and flow? How's it possible that I'm so full of well-being? How's it possible that, you know, my health is improving every single day? How's it possible my bank account grows every single day? Like, this is amazing. I'm so enamored with my life right now. I'm so in love with my life right now. Mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. And I was just saying, you know, your health. So I do feel like some of you guys, you're healing the subconscious mind, because it's been plagued with negativity for way too long, and it's time to wrap it up, babe. It's time to close up shop and start anew. And the ending that's happening is the ending to negativity. The beginning that's coming through is the beginning of a very positive, aligned mental and emotional state. And that's on Per. What's the unseen energy? I'm curious. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. And that's on period. Like I said, you heal that subconscious mind and you get everything you're looking for. You guys, thank you so much for vibing and connecting. This was a very spare of the moment reading. Very spontaneous, but it was necessary. I got a lot out of this personally, honestly. And again, I didn't know what this was going to be. I just felt like Spirit had me, you know, on some, you got to be ready, willing, and able, Sakari. You got to do what it do. And so I came on here and I read for you guys, and hopefully it vibed for you. If it did, comment below. I love hearing from you guys. And until Tuesday, you guys, when I post again, I love you so much. Thank you as per usual, and peace out.